Meow. Meow. I feel like being kind of quiet today. Maybe not just today, maybe every day. I don't want to think too deeply about 2025 being over and this being a new year because I'm already depressed enough. But I know that if I'm unsatisfied with how last year played out, I should make a better effort to make this year good instead of waiting for it to turn good. I think I think it can be hard to change without reflection, maybe, but too much reflection isn't the same thing as doing the work. Oh, if I ask myself, like, fundamentally, why didn't last year go the way I wanted it to, or why I don't feel good about 2025? It has less to do with outcomes of things, although different outcomes could have probably made me feel a lot better about it. But it's more to do with um my effort, input, lack of consistency, lack of self-discipline. I feel like I spent a lot of 2025 hating myself, hating my life, hating people in my life, and thinking about that predicament of all those three. And I didn't spend enough time taking action, ignoring words, ignoring people, just taking action. So I hope 2026, when I say I'm on like a villain arc, it's a joke. What I really mean is 2026, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it to other people who don't have to live my life or live with the consequences or who don't even really care. They're just bored. People, there's so much advice and stories and things people will give you just out of boredom. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you personally. This year I don't want to receive it. This year I don't want to be bribed with gifts. This year I don't want to be threatened with doxes. Like, what I mean is, like, if they do it, they do it. If they do it, if they dox me, they dox me. I don't want to live in so much fear. I don't want to be beholden to cheap praise or whatever you call fandom. mm, because someone who likes your model is not the same thing as someone who likes you or likes who you are or likes, who wants good for you. It's just someone that likes your model. That's really different. And it's really easy to get confused about that, to think that, oh, this person really likes me. No, they don't know you. They don't know you. Ah, wow, wow, wow. Before I start the reading today, though, there are some things. I have some, like, work related tasks that I want to do, but I think there are also. What if we make this? There are also personal tasks that I should do, need to do. So I'm gonna make another list for that. Um Mhm. So there's a couple of things on here that I've done already, but I want to remind myself every day. So it's plan your day, shower, brush your teeth, don't hold your pee, do laundry, clean clean your bed sheets, throw out trash, tidy up desk, eat veggies, limit ultra processed food consumption, play piano. Don't browse social media. Those are the things that I want to do personally. I failed the I failed a bunch this year. Last year, I mean. I failed a bunch last year. Which is okay. I mean, it's not okay, it's like it's neutral. It is what it is. So, yeah. I did shower and brush my teeth and I used the restroom. I didn't plan the day, so I'll try to do that now. I need to get a new planner, but I don't know. I put it off. I put it off. There's one that I want, but the other thing too, it's like it's kind of hard to know what a planner's gonna be like until you have it in your hands. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Japanese planners. I do think the Hobonichi planner is probably too expensive. Probably too expensive for my budget this year. But the paper quality was so nice. So nice. I got a replacement of my favorite pen. My favorite type of pen. And then I immediately misplaced one of them. Be right back. I'm gonna go look on the floor. I think it might be next to my bed or under my bed. Yeah, I didn't find it. My room is like an obstacle course of garbage bags and broken boxes, which is not fun. Whatever. The truth is, I feel quite ominous about 2026. I said it, I had a feeling, I don't know. It's a devilish year. Um, I don't think it's gonna be a good one for me. Yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. I wonder if I can do anything this year. I wonder if I can find my way this year. Meow, meow, meow. Wow, 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 wow. One nice thing so far these holidays, I have been, this week anyway, I've been getting better sleep. There's less, I don't know if it's less noise or what, but yeah, I think it might be less noise. They're out of the house more for some reason. Mhm. Another nice thing is that since I started doing these streams and programming on these streams, or learning it rather, I practice every day, which is nice. I like when I can do things every day, but I don't know, the moment I give a little slack, the moment I like chill. If I chill, then it all falls apart. Why does that happen every time? Why do I let that happen every time? I don't know how to stick to things. I want to learn. I don't know how to not get distracted or annoyed. I don't know how to get baited. How to not get baited, I mean. I always get baited into the dumbest things that don't matter. Just waste my life. And I do it again and again. I think the number one thing to avoid is arguing with people on social media. And that's like, even just reading stuff on social media that's meant to make you mad and then getting mad about it. I think it's like, Jesus Christ. I gotta stop wasting precious time on that. I think the same thing, kind of, with the game, the egg game, a little bit. I go back and forth. Because on the one hand, it's not like I'm spending any money on it. On the other hand, I do think the little critters are pretty cute. But fundamentally, I feel like I'm not playing purely because, like, oh, I enjoy it, but because mm, it has an addictive game loop, and it was introduced to me by someone that I like. So I wanted to give it a chance, not shit on it. Well, I don't know why I feel so depressed today. This is trivial, but I have like different favorite pens for different types of like paper. Recently, my favorite pens to write in like my journal with have either run out or all disappeared, or all run out of ink or all disappeared. So I've tried using one of my fine tip pens. I've also tried writing in pencil. Now, I like my pencil, I don't mind it, but it feels illegal to write in pencil. I think pencil is for mathematics, maybe sketching, but I don't believe that pencil is for writing journals. Because then it can be doctored so easily. I'm looking through the journal now, and I wrote, "What I hate and must change: living with my parents, living with children, living in the state that I'm living in, my diet, how I spend my time, who I spend my time on, being afraid to try, being afraid of failure, being afraid of criticism. I'm not trapped, but I feel trapped. I need to make good choices so I can escape." And then my money and living situation. Browsing and doom scrolling, gooning, being untidy, ignoring time. That's what I'm already guilty of today. I kind of like just wake up whenever. And then like I do things whenever. But if you do that too much, time just slips through your fingers, man. Overspending? I don't think that's true. I don't spend much at all. I can't even. The only thing I spend on is, well, the only thing I overspend on, I guess, is my that VPS server shit. Skipping dailies, avoiding hard tasks. That's also, those are things I need to change. Hmm. Meow, 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 meow. Is it making me better? Is it making me money? Is it growing my business? Is it people pleasing? Good questions I should ask myself. And it's not like I think money and business are everything, but I don't even think it's wrong to think that if you do. It's just that I do think um I don't think I know living the way I do now, it feels really not just uncomfortable, like pathetic, sad. How many of you wake up every day and you're like, you need to use the restroom, but you're afraid to use the restroom because of like who you're living around and stuff. How many of you want to have a clean room, right? You like want to be able to throw out your garbage, but you like have to kind of sneak around the house because you want to avoid someone who, yeah, you want to avoid someone. Yeah, it's not a good way to live. If I lived on my own, I could clean anytime I wanted, use the bathroom anytime I wanted. I could go outside more. A lot of the reason why I stay in my room is to avoid one person. I think living with that one person alone is like um really really bad for me. So I should stop talking about this and get some get it together. And a lot of people will say things like, just go work at a grocery store. I'm not gonna be able to move out on a grocery store salary. Or if I can, I don't think I'll be able to continue. And I don't want to work at a grocery store. Leave me alone. Not that, not that there's anything wrong with working at a grocery store. I just don't want to do it. Man, I'll do other things. Maybe I die here. Maybe I die right here. Man. To my brother Severus, the love of my family, truth and justice. It was through him that I encountered Thracia, Helvidius, Cato, Dion, and Brutus, and conceived of a society of equal laws, governed by equality of status and of speech, and of rulers who respect the liberty of their subjects above all else, except slaves. He didn't write that, but that's. And from him as well, to be steady and consistent in valuing philosophy, and to help others, and be eager to share, not to be a pessimist. I didn't learn that one. And never to doubt your friend's affection for you. I didn't learn that one either. I don't have friends. I don't have friends. I have people who want things from me or who want to control me. When people incurred his disapproval, they always knew it. That his friends never had to speculate about his attitude to anything, it was always clear. I think being clear is sometimes not the easiest thing to do, I guess. I think it comes easier to others. I think it's hard to be clear if you're always trying to people please, if you're worried so much about how people are going to perceive what you say. I do that all the time. And then the truth is that, though, even if you are very clear, people will still find a way to misinterpret you. Um, but that could just be solved by surrounding yourself with I was gonna say more intelligent people, but it's not intelligence. I think it's not like logical intelligence, it's more emotional intelligent people, more emotionally intelligent people. There are some people who have some amount of logic and rationality, but they don't understand. They just don't understand like human beings. I don't feel like taking notes on that one today. Don't know why. I should take notes anyway. Should I force myself? My current note-taking strategy isn't really going anywhere. Sometimes I just scribble things down in this notebook for which I have no pen that I want to use. I have a pen, but it's dead. I like the big round stick pens. They're so good. They're so good, but this one is running out of ink. They feel nice. They're ballpoints. They're very smooth, but only for like yeah. I think they're good on post-it notes and for journaling. When I want like when I need to write something fancy or really small, I like using this Uniball Sino RT1 black in 0.38. I think that's millimeters. Uniball Sino. I like it a lot. And then yeah, for my planner, I like the Stapler Tri Plus fine liners. Yeah, that was on my throne. For pencils, I tend to be less picky. Maybe I adopted the Fit Curve mechanical pencils with 0.5 lead. But I can't say they're necessarily my favorite, but I can say they're definitely high quality. So I use them a lot. But I guess if I were to be picky, I like really tiny mechanical pencils, like really, really small, like thin. Um, and I prefer using a separate eraser. Mm, yeah, nobody cares. Ah, 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 ah. Time to read some Nassim Taleb to make me feel better. That usually works. His writing style and his author's voice is enjoyable. Ooh, I like this. This is good. This is good. This is good. Casanova, while known for his seductions, viewed himself as some sort of a scholar. That's funny. Mhm. Now, now. Oh, there's another French word, flambeur. A mixture of extravagant, bon vivant, wild speculator, or risk taker. All the while bearing considerable personal charm. Flambeur. Oh, it's time to take a little break. And that's what I'll do. I'll take a break. Wow, wow, wow. And you know how we break around these parts? You know it. You know how we break around these parts. Out of prison. That's how we break. We break out of prison. Good morning, little kitties. Good morning, caterpillar and fussy. I have a different word for everything. Okay. Moon, you can get a job as a process technician. Nope, not doing it. Nope, not doing it. Uniball pens are the best. I don't know any French. It's regrettable. Anyway, I'll be right back, little kitties. I'm gonna go get food. I'm gonna go burn the kitchen down. Um, meowing. I don't know. I kind of want cereal, but I don't think there's any milk. Nobody cares. Shut up, cat. Nobody cares. Okay, I'll be back. French. Not French. I'm just pretending. I couldn't be a French tuber. Imagine? Imagine being a French tuber. Cool. Yeah, there's no milk, so I'm having um croissant. I'm having a croissant. Bonjour to you as well. Is that how you say catgirl in French? I was joking. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my cat food. I got also watermelon slices of watermelon. Mm. It's delicious. Right now I'm watching Transit Love episode 18 season 4. Um but I had to stop it early yesterday cuz it was such a shit show. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Wait a minute. Yeah, I had to stop. I only watched like half an hour of it yesterday cuz there's so much. Manning Blaze Zombie. Nope, never tried candy watermelon. Um, meow, meow. I'll be quiet. Eat my food. You don't have to stay, by the way, but you can if you want. Mm. Meow, meow, meow. He didn't say it in the litter box. He said it in this chat and or in Love Talk chat. He asked me to count down from 10 to 1 and then say blow it out and then maybe say good boy. And I was like, "Oh, is that what that is? JOI?" Cook honey watermelon together. Sounds delicious. Okay, I watched my show, so I'm sorry, kitty cats, but have a good time if you have to leave. Bye. Yeah. Wow. There's so much drama. I don't think I could show you guys this. I think it's illegal. I give you a quick peek. Actually, I can't. I can't do it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Wait, what if I make it full screen? Oops, that's not it. I mean, there's a watermark though in the corner. I'm such a bad kitty. Anyway, I'm at 40 minutes. I'll stop watching for now and go do more work. My tummy is so full. Oh my god. Hi, Blanky. Korean barbecue drama. No, no, no. It's dating show drama. I just watched a tense scene where the ex-girlfriend was waiting all day and her ex-boyfriend was on a date with another woman. And she was waiting in the woman's room with that woman's roommate. And then as soon as the woman got back from the date, she's like, I gotta go. And she went and found her ex. And her ex had barely like gotten back. He was changing his clothes. And she's like knocking on the door, like, let me in. Let me in. And then she sits on the couch and she's like about to cry. And she's like, I wanna get back together. Do you like the other woman that much? You don't wanna come back to me. What do I have to do? It was very tense. No, no, no. She's not even pretending. She's not pretending to be over him. She wants him back. In the beginning, she was kind of like adamant on getting to know other guys, but it was actually kind of painful and sad to watch. So, this couple, they've been together for 9 years. They were high school sweethearts. And now they're like in their mid 20s, and she wanted to talk, this is the one I talked about before. She wanted to talk about like marriage, kids, and I don't know if he's just not ready or he actually doesn't want that at all. It's like a little bit unclear. So they broke up over that. But I think in the process of meeting the other guys, she realized like nobody is like her ex. So I don't know. Yeah, she doesn't want someone else. It is sad, and it's sad and heartwarming. It might be the end of their relationship, honestly, if they want different things. I also think that yeah, she's so adorable and cute, and um I don't think she's asking for something that's too much. It's just that they want different things, so maybe someday she'll find someone else. Yeah, like Ray said, find someone who wants the same things you want. But the problem with that too, Ray, is that people do change. People change, their wants change. So sometimes I think the other thing to kind of acknowledge is that like sometimes relationships just don't last. It would be nice if they did. Yeah. Compared to other seasons, it does seem like this season has a couple of ex couples that a few ex couples that might get back together. But emotionally it's draining to watch, so I give it a break. And then we do some programming instead. I was gonna read more. Actually, let me see the Talib stuff. How long is this chapter? Mm, 1, 2, 3. You have like 10 pages left. I don't know. I don't think I need to read more. I think I could stop here. Do some programming. We read tomorrow. Hi, Solo. How are you? Would you say I've changed? Uh, I don't I don't know if you've changed, honestly. I have no idea. How about you? How about you? How about you? Well, there's some things I need to do. See. Let's. Yeah, we're gonna try again with some more stuff. Um. Oh, I forgot because we're not doing the book today. We're doing the homework. Let me go grab that. Let me find the. I do feel a little bit torn though. I wonder if I should go with the book solo or if I should follow along with the course. Um, I think the benefit of following along with the CS61A course is that I think I have way more um opportunities to practice because there's like projects, homework, that's like other assignments. Um, so yeah. And then okay, let me get the homework before I start talking more, before I stop blabbering. So there's a lecture as well. Uh, and a lab. I'm still a little bit confused about the order in which I'm supposed to do this. Um, I think I'm actually supposed to do the lab before I do the homework, now that I look at it. I did watch the first lecture, but I didn't watch the second lecture. See. Meow, meow, meow. I think, hmm. Take a look at the lecture notes, and then we might go ahead and look at it. Make a suggestion, but I'll see. Tell me what you think. I can't promise I will obey though. When I started doing this homework assignment though, I got stuck right here because I didn't understand what it meant. I didn't understand how to do it because it wasn't covered in the chapter. So that's why I was like, oh, wait a minute. Um, yeah, this is like, meow, 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 meow. I would finish the book you first started. Right, I am doing the book. Okay, I don't know if you missed it or you're not understanding. There's a course called DVA. And this course is literally called Structure and Interpretation of Computer Programs. It's named after this same book. It's named after the same book. It's based, if you go to the syllabus, or no, if you go to the book, let's see, resources, textbook. The textbook is Composing Programs, but at the bottom it says Composing Programs by John De Niro, based on textbook SICP. So this is this book. This is this book. CS 61A is an old class. It's being taught now. It's been taught for like at least 30 years. At least 30 years. I started taking this course online, but I thought it was moving too fast. I thought it was moving too fast and not getting deep enough. I thought that the textbook was good, but I felt like I wasn't getting, I don't know. I thought I was missing something. So then I thought to myself, maybe go to the source. Go to the source, go to the book. So then I did that, and I found the textbook that this course is based on. But then it turns out that since this course has been around for 30 years, the current course is based on Python, but previous versions of this course are based on the old book. So, where's that? Here. So here, it's the same CS61A course, how it was taught in, I think, like 19, does it have a date on this? I think in the, no, not 19, spring 2011. So how this was taught 15 years ago. I would do the book. I feel like you failed to do what I previously told you to, and that's to look up what you don't know. First, what do you mean what you told me to do? Like, is there such thing as like me having to do what you tell me to do? And what do you mean I didn't look up what I don't know? I can't tell if you're baiting me. I can't tell if you're baiting me. Nobody is sitting here. Nobody's sitting here holding my hand, like helping me do this. I talked to you guys about how I wanted to set up my environment. Nobody helped me do that. I had to look it up and figure it out myself. So, anyway. Meow, meow, meow. You say you're not gonna argue, and I would tell you what makes. Yeah, you don't have a place to argue. I don't understand. Yeah, you can go away for 6 months again. That's fine. I don't. Yeah, do whatever you want. Anyway, let's. Not it. Okay. 3 is self-evaluating. +2, 3 is function notation. Square root 16. Names don't have to be punctuation. Be words. Composition of functions. So we have 3 times 4 plus 5. Functions are things in themselves. What that means is if you type a function, you get like something about what it is, a procedure. Now you can quote things using a quote and then whatever the thing you want to quote. You can quote words, you can quote expressions, and you can quote non-expression sentences. But sentences aren't really a part of scheme necessarily. It's like something I don't really understand. Maybe just for this course. Functions don't have to be arithmetic. So we have first 274, and that'll just give the first like part of the whole thing. So just give 2. But first BF, last but last are not native to Scheme or to Chicken, but they were made for this course, and I guess, or whatever. They were made by someone. Wait, who made it? Yeah, someone at Berkeley. So there's this whole thing. There's this whole thing with hard to find a size that I like. Like a bunch of, yeah, just made up procedures for different things. So turn a number into a string, remove the leading, plus if necessary. I don't really know what this is. I don't know. I guess it's a procedure. Yeah, turning a number into a string. And then there's whoops. So get strings and the error messages to print nicely. I don't really understand it, but yeah, word is defined and definition. And then there's, wait, I should be using Control F, Control. Oops. Really, I don't know what that does. Wait. Control U maybe goes up half a page. Half to 14. So 199. How do you go up a full page? Down half a page. Control. Forgot what it is. think F 798. Anyway. Here they are. So we have first and last, but first, but last. Oh, item equal member before. Yeah, I don't know what all these are. So I won't use them when I'm doing the book, but when I'm trying to answer the course problem. Define pi. It's called special form. I think. Why is it called special form? I don't remember. Oh, define is a special form because unlike other procedures, it doesn't. I think it doesn't evaluate all of the sub expressions first. It does something slightly different. I also don't really understand what a symbol is. I guess that's like a special kind of name. I don't know. Finding a function. Invoking the function. Composition with defined function. The formal parameter is the name of the argument x. The actual argument expression is the expression used in the invocation. Plus 2. The actual argument value is the value of the argument in the invocation, which is 5. The argument's name comes from the function's definition. The argument's value comes from the invocation. If we define a procedure called plural that takes with a parameter wd, then we use words on or word on wd, and we quote s. And what word does is it puts together whatever the What are the arguments are? This simple plural works for lots of words like book, computer, elephant, but not for words that end in Y, like fly or spy. So we improve it. Define plural word, WD, and then instead of just putting adding an S, they made it conditional, right? So if the last character in the word is equal to Y, then take everything but the last letter of the word and then attach it, turn it into a full word with IES, and then otherwise just add an S. So book would still become books, computer would still become computers, elephant would become elephants, but fly ends in Y, so it would take FL and then add IES as flies. If is a special form that only evaluates one of the alternatives. Yeah, if is another special form, like define. I think the special forms thing is just like if it already comes baked in, or you have to make it yourself or something like that. I don't remember. I think that's part of it. I don't know. I got more to learn. Anyway, then we have Pig Latin. Move initial consonants to the end of the word and append A. So scheme becomes eamske. Define Pig Latin, some word, and then if PL done on the word is true, then you turn the word from that and you just add AY. If it's not true, then you take everything but the first letter of the word and you attach that with the first meow 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 meow. Let's think. For theme, guess we have to look at these definitions too. So for PL done, it asks vowel is the first character of the word a vowel. So then yeah, if it's true, my brain hurts. If it's true, then you just add A at the end. But if it's not, then it's gonna do this thing. And then for vowel, it just asks, is it an A, E, I, or I, O, or U? Let's see. But first, so everything but the first, CHEME Theme, and then put the, oh yeah, and then you put the S to the end. So you get Keems. But then you do pig L on Keems and it goes back in. It says, is pig Latin done? Well, does it start with a vowel? Keems doesn't start with a vowel. So it's gonna do the same thing where it's gonna put the C at the end. So then it's Heemsk. And then I'll do it again until you get to the E. And then you add the AY. Oh, man. Pig L introduces recursion, a function that invokes itself. More about how this works next week. Another example. Remember how to play Buzz? You go around the circle counting, but if your number is divisible by 7 or has 7 digits, you have to say Buzz. Define Buzz and condition equal if the remainder of n is 7. Actually, I don't know what this means. Remainder n 7. Meow, 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 meow. Member 7n. Meow, 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 meow. I think I'm reading this wrong. I am reading incorrectly. Um, 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 um. I don't get it. So for the remainder, is it n and then divided by this, and it's asking, is there a remainder? Let's just try it. Remainder 12 2. Should it be 12 divided by 2 to see if there's a remainder? It should be 0. Okay, that's 0. Okay, theoretically. Remainder 21 3. Okay. Remainder 10 3 1. Okay, that's how that works. So yeah, if the remainder after dividing by 7 is 0, then write Buzz. Say Buzz, and then if so member 7n. I don't know. This is a special one that was written. Member 5. Meow. Is it asking how many characters? Unbound variable meow. Oh, does it have to be a number? Yeah. Member 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. False. Member 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. True. Member 5, 0, 1, 2, 4. Balls. So it can't start with a 0. That's interesting. Number 5. Um, actually, what the heck? I don't think that does what I think it does. Am I writing it wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's asking if there's a 5 in the number. Eh? Oh, I misread the instructions. I thought if it was divisible by 7. And then I don't know. I guess I only thought if it was divisible by 7. I forgot. I forgot what this one even was. Okay, so member just means like, is this thing in this thing? Hmm. Why can't you do member with letters? That's gay. Okay, it's not gay. It's yeah, it's just I don't yeah. Anyway. So yeah, if there's a 7 in it, then you say buzz. And then otherwise you say your number. This introduces the con special form for multi-way choices. Cond is the big exception to the rule about the meaning of parentheses. The clauses aren't invocations. Oh, 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 oh. The causes are not invocations. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, wow, wow. Meow, meow. Trying to see why. If this, then that, otherwise that. Can't. This condition, then this. This condition, then this. Otherwise this. It does feel a little bit different. Meow, 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 meow. Tummy hurts. Tummy hurts. Tummy hurts. Because they said an invocation, right? Invoking the function. Yeah. The invocation is here. Plus 2, 3. Yeah, so this is also an invocation. Wow, wow, wow. Meow, 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 meow. Computer science isn't about computers, that's electrical engineering. And it isn't primarily a science. We invent things more than we discover them. Computer science is partly a form of engineering concerned with building reliable, efficient mechanisms, but in software instead of metal, and partly an art form, using programming as a medium for creative expression. Program is really easy as long as you're solving small problems. Any kid in junior high school can write programs in BASIC, and not just exercises either. Kids do quite interesting and useful things with computers. But BASIC doesn't scale up. Once the problem is so complicated that you can't keep it all in your head at once, you need help in the form of more powerful ways of thinking about programming. But in this course, we mostly use small examples because we'd never get finished otherwise, so you have to imagine how you think each technique would work out in a larger case. We deal with three big programming styles, approaches, paradigms. Functional programming for 2 months, object-oriented programming for 1 month, client-server programming for 1 week, and logic programming for 1 week. Hey, that's 4 things. The big idea of the course is abstraction, inventing languages that let us talk more nearly in a problem's own terms and less in terms of the computer's mechanisms or capabilities. There is a hierarchy of abstraction. Application programs, high-level language like Scheme, low-level language like C, machine language, architecture, registers, memory, arithmetic, unit, etc., circuit elements, gates, transistors, solid state physics, and quantum mechanics. In 61C, we look at lower levels. All are important, but we want to start at the highest level to get you thinking right. Style of work, cooperative learning. No grading curve, so no need to compete. Homework is to learn from. Only tests are to test you. Don't cheat, ask for help instead. This is the first CS course. If you're tempted to cheat now, how are you planning to get through the harder ones? It's funny. Functions. A function can have any number of arguments, including 0, but must have exactly one return value. Suppose you want 2. You combine them into one, e.g., in a sentence. It's not a function unless you always get the same answer for the same argument. Why does that matter? If each little computation is independent of the past history of the overall computation, then we can reorder the little computations. In particular, this helps cope with parallel processors. I don't know what that means. The function definition provides a formal parameter, a name, and the function invocation provides an actual argument, a value. These fit together like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Don't write a function that only works for one particular argument value. Instead of a sequence of events, we have composition of functions, like f of g of x in high school algebra. We can represent this visually with function machines and plumbing diagrams. Meow, meow, meow. Recursion. Argue. I like spinach. I hate spinach. Argue. Broccoli is awful. Broccoli is great. This is funny. Define argue s if empty s nothing. Um, I forgot what CSE. Oh, sentence. Opposite first S. Argue BFS. My brain hurts. Okay, let's see. What does opposite do? Opposite takes your word and then checks for some conditions. If the word equals like, oops, then print hate. If the word equals hate, print like. If the word equals wonderful, print terrible. If the word equals terrible, print wonderful. If the word equals great, print awful. Awful, great. Terrific, yucky. Yucky, terrific. Else, just word, I guess. That's word. Okay. We're gonna make a sentence. My brain hurts again. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. Tummy hurts. Why do they have to add if it's empty? If it's empty, you don't say anything? Okay, if it's not empty though, you're gonna make a sentence. Where let's see. Where you take it first of the argument. So for I like spinach, you take I. And then, argue but first as. So I don't understand. My brain hurts again. Meow 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 meow. Oh, I understand now. Okay, so here's how it works. I like spinach. First, it's not empty, so we're gonna make a sentence. It goes into opposite, and it's gonna look at the first letter of the whole thing of I like spinach, first word or whatever, first word, and then does it equal anything on that list? No, so you're just gonna print the word. It's just gonna be I. Then take everything but the first word. Okay, you do the whole thing again. You argue that word, the rest of the first word, which is like spinach. And you put it in the opposite. Then you go down the list, down the list, down the list, and we get equal. If the word is equal to like, print hate. So you get you get hate. Meow. Meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow. Meow 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 meow. Or what makes it print spinach? Wow, 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 wow. Ah, 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 ah. Does it print? Meow, 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 meow. Equal, equal. But first, S. But first, everything but the first spinach. I don't get it. My brain hurts. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Mm. Opposite W. Opposite. First S. I. Meow. Hate spinach. Hate. Okay, I get it. Each word goes in one at a time. Well, kind of. Well, it goes again. So it runs once with I, and then again with hate spinach. Wait, no. One first with I hate spinach, then with hate spinach, then with spinach. And only the second time with the hate spinach does hate get turned into like, or vice versa, or whatever. Yeah, like gets turned into hate. I got it, I got it, I got it. I just had to think about it. My brain hurts stuff. This computes a function, the opposite function of each word in a sentence. It works by dividing the problem for the whole sentence into two subproblems. An easy subproblem for the first word of the sentence, another subproblem for the rest of the sentence. I just said that. Why did you say what I just said? The second subproblem is like the original problem, but for a smaller sentence. We can take Pig L from last lecture and use it to translate a whole sentence into Pig Latin. Define Pig L sent as, if empty, nothing. Otherwise, gonna make a sentence. You're gonna do Pig L on the first word in the sentence, and then Pig L sent on everything but the first word. And you keep doing that and doing that and doing that. The structure of Pig L sent is a lot like that of argue. This common pattern is called mapping a function over a sentence. Mapping a function over a sentence. Not all recursion follows this pattern. Each element of Pascal's triangle is the sum of the two numbers above it. What? Who is Pascal and why does he have a triangle? Okay, define Pascal row call. Condition. If column is 0, 1. If column equals row 1. Otherwise, row minus 1, column minus 1, Pascal on the row. Wait. Wait. Pascal on the row, Pascal on the column. Row minus 1. My brain hurts again. Okay, so this is another recursive problem that doesn't follow the same pattern of the other one, where it's like the last part of it puts everything in it. Words. Words. Why does a triangle have rows and columns? I don't understand. Are those rows and columns? I'm just assuming column. You know it's COL. What else could it be? Normal versus applicative order. Oh, you again. Oh, you again, my friend, my buddy. We talked about you. a couple days ago. To illustrate this point, we use a modified scheme evaluator that lets us show the process of applicative or normal order evaluation. We define functions using def instead of define, then we can evaluate expressions using applic for applicative order and normal for normal order. Never mind how this modifier evaluator itself works, just take it on faith and concentrate on the results that it shows you. Hey, 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 hey. In the printed results, something like times 2, 3, 6 indicates the ultimate invocation of a primitive function, but f5, 9, g5 plus 9 indicate the substitution of actual arguments into the body of a function defined with def. Of course, whether actual argument values or actual argument expressions are substituted depends on whether you use applic or normal, respectively. Ha 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 ha. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Define a function. Load lecture 1.1 order STM. Define a function. Actually, let's go look at it. Let's go take a look. How's this name? Blah, 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 blah. Spelled it wrong. Blah, 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 blah. What the heck is it called? One order? It's not in there. It's not in there. It's not in there. I don't see it in there. Lectures 1.1 order. It's not in here. It's not in here. Not in here. Meow, 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 meow. I thought it would be in here. Meow. Okay, whatever. Fine, have it that way. Fine, be that way. Meow, 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 meow. I don't feel like doing this anymore. Goodbye. I only did 2.5 hours. But yeah, I don't feel like doing this anymore.